Hey y'all, it's Jody May. Thanks for joining me for another week of What's for Dinner with some easy meal ideas. I hope you guys are enjoying my videos lately, and if you are, please do me a favor and give me a thumbs up and let me know what you think in the comments below. If you are new, don't forget, hit that subscribe button and click that bell so you don't miss any future videos. I hope you all enjoy. For this dinner, we had some cheesy baked spaghetti with garlic toast. To start this one, I used about a pound and a half of ground beef. I used about 1 tablespoon of Italian seasoning, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, and probably about 1 tablespoon of the minced onions. And then I went ahead and got that started browning up. Simple recipe, guys. I just used 1 jar of pasta sauce. I added probably about a 1/4 cup of water to it just to shake out the jar really good, and then I got my noodles going. I finally remembered to get Texas toast this time. I normally forget to get my garlic bread when I'm at the store, but thankfully I remembered this time because I really like that flavor. It turned out really good. Anyhow, all I'm doing here is mixing my sauce in with the noodles, and then I mix it up really well. Now, you guys, some people like different things in their spaghetti, just like my family. I like mushrooms, my husband does not. TJ does. Sometimes he'll eat them, sometimes he doesn't. So I made 2 different batches. I put one with mushrooms on the top, and the other one I just left with just the sauce, the noodles. And then I just cover them both with cheese. I did spray both of these pans with the non-stick spray. But here, like I said, I'm just adding in the mushrooms on 1 container of this spaghetti and leave the other one without. I spread it with mozzarella cheese, and then I put it into the oven at 350 for about 15-20 minutes, and it's good to go.
I found a star in you, always guiding me to where my words.
Now, if you guys seen my video where my calzones didn't turn out that great a couple weeks back, I did have to make them again, and with this time with pizza crust. Now, you guys, I've never used this kind here before, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little dippy. I ended up cutting this into 4 pieces for the calzones. I probably should have just done 2 per package, and I should have just used 2 packages. However, these were like cinnamon rolls. They were already pre-rolled, and I didn't know it, so I ended up having to stretch them out. I will say this though, I will be using this brand, exactly this brand again, because it was really good. I love the flavor of it. I love the texture of it. They turned out really good. I do like thin crust on mine, so I probably will use or spread it out a lot thinner like I did here, just because, like I said, I don't like the doughiness of crust. I just don't. But here, all I'm doing is just adding a little bit of pizza sauce, and then I add on my pepperonis and my mozzarella cheese. Now, my husband likes banana peppers, so I did add some of that to his. And you guys, I will give you a little bit of a tip. Anytime that you make one of these, or anything that has to be closed like this, don't get sauce all the way to the edge like I did on accident, because then it turns into like a, I don't know, like a watery consisted kind of dough thing, and it doesn't want to stick together so good. So just be careful whenever you're folding these up and trying to press them down together. As you'll see there, the sauce kind of squeezed out. It did make it harder to close it off on that end, but I did manage to get it. It just took me a couple seconds to kind of smash it down and, you know, get it to stick together. But then with this here, I just topped it off with Parmesan cheese. I could have and probably should have used some garlic butter on the top as well, because we do like it like that. And then I just baked these according to the directions on the pizza crust. Oh my goodness, I don't know which one of these meals this week was my favorite, but this one here was country fried steak, mashed potatoes and gravy, and some green beans. Now, I have used different kind of breading scenarios on my country fried steak, but this time here I just used 2 eggs and probably about 1 cup of the heavy cream, and then I just mixed that up really well. Now, in the baggie there, I do have about 3 cups, probably 2.5, 3 cups of all-purpose flour, and then I added in some salt, pepper, and some Italian breadcrumbs, and then that's what I used for my batter. After I dip them into the egg mixture, then I just put them into the flour, shake it up really good, and set it to the side, and get everything else ready to go to get these babies going. All I'm doing here is I just add my country fried steak into probably about 1/8 to a half an inch of vegetable oil, and then I just let them cook down until they are completely crisp on the bottom. That way my crust, or whatever you want to call it, doesn't fall off. And then here I just cut up some potatoes, and then I just minced them really small because I did start the meat first, and it does take these potatoes a little longer to cook, but I cut them up really small, got them on the stove, and got them going. Now these green beans, we did get them out of the garden over the summertime, so I had some extras in the freezer, and that's what we had. I did add about 1 tablespoon of bacon grease and some salt and pepper and a little bit of garlic powder. Now to my potatoes, I just added in about 1 teaspoon of pepper, about 1.5 teaspoons of salt, probably about 2 or 3 tablespoons of butter, because we love our butter, and probably about 1/4 cup to 1/2 cup of milk, and I just mixed them up. For this dinner, we had bacon, egg, and cheeseburgers. You guys, this was really good. My husband actually tried it with an egg this time, and he enjoyed it, so that's what we'll be making from here on. I love them. He was just always kind of a little skeptical. He's kind of picky about that stuff, but he did enjoy it. And then here I just put some Rally's fries into the oven and got them going. Now for my hamburgers, guys, I just get mine at either Walmart or Kroger. This kind here I did get at Walmart, and then to these I just add just a little bit of Worcestershire sauce. I can't even say it sometimes. Worcestershire, whatever sauce, and then I add some steakhouse seasoning. That's usually how I do all my hamburgers, and I love the flavor of it, so it's really good. Now here I'm just going to go ahead and separate the bacon and get that into the oven. I think it crisps up a lot faster without all the mess too, and this pan here does not seem to have anything stick to it, so I'm loving this thing, guys. I've had it for about a year now, and it still does great. Like I said, I put it into the oven and let it cook the same time as the french fries, and everything turned out great. Now once the hamburgers were done, I took 1 piece of sharp cheddar cheese. I folded it in half and put 1 on each hamburger here. Then I covered it up and let it melt down. Now for my eggs, I don't like to have the yellow cooked. So, needless to say, these are whatever you call it, sunny side up or over easy. I don't know how, but anyhow, I don't bust the yolk. Now here it is put together, you guys. It turned out really good, and I hope you guys enjoyed.